is entitled Selfishness. Selfishness. And our Bible reading has been Luke 18, 1 to 30, and Philippians 2, verses 1 to 30. And our aim, our memory verse this morning is Philippians 2, verse 20 and 21, where it reads, I have no man like-minded who will naturally care for your state. For all seek their own. Notice that phrase, all seek their own, meaning a lot of people just are selfish. See that? All seek their own, not the things which are Jesus Christ. Paul noticed that there were a lot of people who were self-centered. And that little phrase, all seek their own, is a very relevant phrase for today's world, as people spend so much of their time looking at their iPhones, texting and thinking about their own business, and not so much thinking about other people's business, okay? And we live in a world where there's so much selfishness that we are forced to think about this question, how selfish am I? How selfish are you? Okay? And if we understand this is a problem, we can prevent it and we can become very unselfish. Amen? So let's come to the Lord now in a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for Jesus Christ, who is a perfect example of unselfishness and giving and caring. Lord, thank you for doing so many good things for us. Lord, forgive us for our selfishness over the years, and help us to live for you and not be consumed with the things of ourselves, but to think about others as well, and to be unselfish and kind and giving and loving and caring. And Lord, we pray you will speak to us this morning through your word, encourage us and give us wisdom to know your thinking on this subject. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Okay, our aim this morning is to avoid unselfishness. To avoid selfishness and to serve others, to consider others' needs and to supply other people's needs. And as an introduction, this world is full of selfish people who care nothing about others and care only about themselves. Ever see people like that? Some people never think about others' problems, about helping other people. They're totally consumed with their own problems, their own needs, their own business. Okay, and this is and some people they don't care what God wants. They don't care what others want. They only care about what they feel like doing. They don't feel the pain that other people experience. They don't feel the pain of others. They feel their own pain, but they don't feel other people's pain or problems. And some people even delight in hurting others and thinking it is a joke to hurt other people's feelings. That is complete, utter selfishness. Amen? You agree with that? Ever see people like that? They inflict pain on others and they think it's a joke. And the other person is terribly distressed and they think it's a joke, meaning they don't care one little bit about how much they hurt other people. And that is so bad. That is a very, very big sin problem. And Jesus Christ loves and cares for us, and we should be like him, don't you think? And so a question we might ask ourselves, how selfish are you? How self-centered are you? We might just define the word selfishness, okay? Selfishness, according to a dictionary, means devoted to or caring only for ourselves. Concerned mainly with one's own interests, one's own benefits, one's welfare, regardless of others. And so, we ask the question, do you value people? Now, there are a few questions we should ask about this question of selfishness. And that is, how selfish are you? Do you notice what other people need? Do you put yourself out to make sacrifices to help other people? Do you ask, as Paul did when he got saved, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? What can I do to help other people? Not to help myself, but to help other people. Another question is, do you create problems for other people, or do you solve problems of other people? Do you solve others' problems, or do you create problems? An example of this might be someone who leaves all their dirty dishes on the kitchen sink or on the table, just walks away and leaves them for somebody else to clean up. Does that ever happen in the kitchen? Yeah? And you come to prepare something for yourself to eat in the kitchen, and you come to the kitchen and you see a whole pile of dirty, filthy, stinking dishes that have been sitting there for maybe a day, and nobody has thought to wash them or clean them. And you think, if I'm going to use this kitchen, I've got to clean up dishes of other people, you see? Now, I look at that and I think that's an example of selfishness, correct? Why did nobody bother to clean up the dishes? Because they were thinking about doing their own thing. That's just one example of selfishness. When you're driving along and someone is driving in a way that's very selfish and he cuts you off or almost causes you an accident, or he's driving super slow and he doesn't realise that he's blocking the traffic, okay? Or he pulls out and creates a problem. That's an example of selfishness, agreed? And we have these things in every area of life. In marriages often fail because of selfishness on the part of one or both spouses. And young people tend to be selfish and think about themselves. Until they get educated, this is not God's way of doing things. And I was a very selfish person up until age 13, until I realised Jesus Christ said the great commandment is that thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, strength, and thou shalt love thy neighbour as thyself. In other words, you love other people and you help other people just as much as you want them to help you. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. And I thought about this. I said, I've never loved other people as myself. I've never loved God with all my heart, soul, mind, strength. I've always loved myself. Man, I'm a selfish character. I'm full of selfishness, I realised. And I realised that Jesus died for my sins, and I called on Jesus to save me, and he saved me. That's when I got saved. Because I realised that I was full of selfishness. I was a very, very self-centred, selfish character, thinking about me, myself, and I all the time. And I thought, what a selfish character I was. And I said, I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to let Jesus Christ run my life, rule my life, control everything that I say and everything that I do. I'm going to look at other people in terms of how can I help them and be a blessing to them instead of thinking about me, myself and I all the time. And this concept of selfishness is true everywhere you go. You might come out of a meeting and you come out and you see cups on the ground or cigarette butts on the ground. And you think someone has just drunk their tea or coffee, chucked their cup, and I've got to come around and pick them all up. They never thought that they're creating a problem for somebody else. See that? They smoke their cigarette, chuck the butt on the ground, because people have to come and pick them all up. That's not caring about other people, is it? And there are a lot of people overseas who are suffering, who want to be saved, who want to get the gospel, but they don't have the resources. And a little bit of giving from our side would really, really relieve their suffering in a big way. And so, do you create problems for others, or do you solve other people's problems? Do you do what is right and helpful, or do you care little or nothing about other people? Do you organise your time to help other people by getting to church early, to welcome people and set up? And if you organise your time, some people say, you might say, can you help me do this or do something? The person says, no, I haven't got the time. I'm too busy. Ever hear people say that? And you think, well, if you organise your time a little bit more efficiently, you could get more done. If you cram more in and organise your time, you could get more done. Maybe people say, I can't come to church Sunday morning, I've got to go and see my sick father in hospital. Okay, well, see your sick father in hospital, but organise your time, so you come to church, and after church, then you go and see your sick father in hospital. Okay? You can do both. You get it? And this is just an example of organising your time to be unselfish and help other people. And do you organise your money to help others? People say, oh, I haven't got the money to help other people. I haven't got the money to give to church. Well, organise your finances, my friend. And why are most people poor? Because they don't organise their money. They spend their money on crazy things they don't need, and they don't have money for the things that are important. And this is a very big problem in the world today. And do you notice the consequences of selfishness and the conflict that follows? Generally, when people are selfish, they get into a fight. I'd say, look, most fights are caused by somebody being selfish, okay? Germany in World War II, we wanted living space. They called it Lebensraum, living space, and that's why they invaded Russia, okay? And they wanted to they attacked England because they coveted what England had, and they wanted to rule Europe. And so there's so many cases of selfishness in this world today on a family level, a personal level, a national level, and